Hi guys, it's Lou. I'm back for another Vinyl Finds video. First of all, what I've got playing in the background is Bill Bruford, One of a Kind. The reason why I'm playing this, sadly, and I saw this on Derek Higgins' channel, I believe it's Derek Vaughn. Sadly, on Sunday, April the 16th, the legendary guitarist Alan Holdsworth passed away at the age of 70, and I would say that you should go to Derek's channel, and he has a lot of nice things to say about Alan Holdsworth and the influence that he's been on him. This isn't an Alan Holdsworth album, but he plays on this. As you can see, it's what struck me about Derek's video was that an artist as talented as Alan Holdsworth, there was very little news about his passing, and this is a guitarist that was really praised by a lot of fans and musicians, and anyway, I would direct you to Derek's channel because he has a lot of, he can speak to that a lot better than I can. So, Vinyl Finds. Before I start the Vinyl Finds as well, I wanted to say thank you to Jason, whose channel is Otero85VC. Thank you to Jason for sending me the Amazon gift card. I won Jason's channel's subscribers contest. Just found out yesterday. So again, Jason, great contest. Thank you very much. And I will put that gift card to good use, and I'll show that on a later video what I will pick up. So I've got about 6 records to show from the latest trip to my local record store. The first one is a great jazz album, and it's Timeless Jazz by Coleman Hawkins and his all-star band. This is a sextet. Coleman Hawkins obviously on tenor sax, but he has trumpet, trombone, piano, bass, and drums on this. This is a release from 1955, and I think it ties now my earliest vinyl, my oldest vinyl, I think, with the one that I showed in my vinyl tag, which was the Fats Waller Ain't Misbehavin'. And coincidentally, there is a song, that same song is on here, along with some other classics, Stomping at the Savoy, Cheek to Cheek, Lullaby of Birdland. This is a fantastic album. I had some Coleman Hawkins in my collection on CD, but this is the first vinyl that I have for him. If you like jazz, especially tenor sax, this is a fantastic release. So happy with this one. Next, I was unfamiliar with this band, but I knew the name and maybe had heard a couple of tracks. The band from Holland is the band Focus. This is the greatest hits of their first 3 albums. This is called Moving Waves. Focus, for those of you that don't know, is a proggy jazz fusion type band. I was very unfamiliar with this. I do like it because I do like prog and jazz fusion. This record has some great instrumentation on it. The great guitarist Jan Ackerman. I'm not crazy about the vocals on this, but thankfully there isn't a lot of vocals. It's mostly instrumental. Yeah, it's some great prog on here. So, but I think this is all the Focus that I probably need as part of my collection. The next one, I've been wanting something on vinyl by this artist for a while now, and I finally found it. It's Isaac Hayes, and this is the Shaft soundtrack, double LP. This is some fantastic soul music from the 70s. I think most of you are probably familiar with the theme from Shaft, classic track with some funky guitar. A lot of this album is instrumental, and it does give you the feeling that it's part of a soundtrack and would work better with the movie. But it is some amazing soul music. So happy I found this as well. Next, I only have one vinyl for this artist in my collection, and now I have two. It's a greatest hits, but what a greatest hits this is. Waylon Jennings, this is from 1979 and includes all his classic tracks. You gotta have some Waylon in your collection. This to me, I'm not a big fan of country music, but I like this stuff. And I like the artists that were in the supergroup, the Highwaymen. I really love all of their works. So anytime I see Waylon, I will definitely pick it up. So I got this for $3. Wow, what a deal. And lately I've been listening to the UK band The Stranglers. And this is their 8th album, Oral Sculpture. It's from 1984. A lot of the Stranglers' earlier stuff, which I'm more familiar with and like more, is from this mid to late 70s, and is got a little bit more aggression to the music, a little more punk rock, punk pop kind of leanings. This album from 1984 is definitely an album of the 80s. It's a lot more synth pop type stuff, but it's still very, very good. Dave Greenfield, who's the keyboardist for the Stranglers, is definitely the star on this, but Hugh Cornwell, his vocals sound amazing on this, and this is a great album. Some of the earlier Stranglers fans might not see this as a great release. It's got mixed reviews, but it has a great sound. It definitely has the 80s drum sound to it. That's the only thing I could probably knock from it, but it's still a great album if considering the context that it was released in. And last but not least, I've been trying to get as much John Mayall in my collection as possible. This is John Mayall, Moving On. This is a live album from 1972. It was sandwiched in between two other live albums that I have, Turning Point and the Jazz Blues Fusion live record. This sounds more like the Jazz Blues Fusion live record because he's got an extended band on this with horns, trumpet, sax. The best thing about this album, there's some good horn arrangements on there, but the best thing is the soloing. There's some amazing solos, and each band member takes a turn. Trumpet, saxophone, harmonica, flute, guitar. It's quite a good album. I would say the Jazz Blues Fusion album is better because that album is just so good. But this album is right up there with it as well, and I would recommend it as well. John Mayall, Moving On. Okay guys, that's it for the videos. Again, thank you to anybody who subscribed to my channel. And again, please go to Derek Higgins' channel, Derek Vaughn, to get some of his thoughts on the great guitarist Alan Holdsworth. And also thank you again to Jason at Otero85 for the Amazon gift card as part of the his 100 subs contest. So thanks a lot guys, see ya.